Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this commission of inquiry into local government councils and related matters, may I remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I hand over the witness for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Camara.
Afternoon, ma'am.
You're welcome back.
Thank you.
You may proceed.
Very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairperson. Yes, I had asked Mr. Kamara how you came about with the agreement that you will have this pre-financing done by the vendors for the construction of the canteens.
Akoni hakilo wa kanda nimbita break la nyini karo membe num wala mko atolu bari fango ya fone ko ale committee so jere. So na ako akata nyaadi le fo Alberta kanto ko atol fango le bina ko do bondi la mi yalan ko alba jo la pour kanti ngol mi yalan ko la nyino ya do wala marso.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Men ketaje committee la sita anim vendor solo men ya lonko kansulia place solo men ya lonko abeje brebe building ba inaugurate la kansulia fonye ko nyi cheno men tutaje inshallah iba lolale vendor solie.
Very well. It happens on the inauguration of the shared building at the market. This was the time when council informed us that the space therein at the market will be turned into canteens. So this was the time we, the committees, have seated and discussed together with other vendors to have the agreement of how we are going to proceed with those canteens. When we were informed about it, that they will install canteens therein, although it takes a long time, nearly 2 years, it wasn't been erected.
Vendors all na rajibe ko na time all be west kan dun tol nyanta ka do ko wala che ka na dimbal balun.
There, the vendors observed that the agreement or the discussion that we did is now having a long time without nothing happening. And we are people who feed our families from the said businesses here. Because they are the people who have been moved from the said place. And the reason why was that it will be erected and nothing was done.
Why not
as all the vendors observed that the agreement was not been done, so we met as a committee together with vendors to discuss, to know the procedure we can take so that these things can be erected. This is how it started.
For being agreement also to Carlo.
Till we get the agreement and we installed the said contents therein.
Now, was there any agreement signed with either KMC or the contractor?
Ako sign Cabral Benta Canto, ako fogo blala sotamiaron ko alia signele aning council tema wala aning contractor tema.
Honey,
no.
Among any contract document signed.
We did not sign any contract document. We discussed
at our level.
Very well. At our level.
Nadata management fanaya.
And we approached the management. This was a proposal given to us from the vendors.
Market manager.
And it was taken to the market manager. When we were told,
okay, say no problem, but sambala market manager
we agreed and said, well, there's no problem. Now what we have to do is to proceed to the management so that we can discuss.
Committee natata market manager.
The committee went ahead. We went to the market manager.
Proposal on fire.
We told him the proposals.
Afaran ko nyako ngamoyla beteyata.
Well, he said they had it and it's a good move.
But ndefen fono la je saintem follow.
But right now, I cannot be able to tell you anything concerning that.
Mbe kuonyi sambala kata council.
I will take this to council.
Ngamero committee be jale membe lorinje pour marsa waliye.
I think there is a committee special for the markets.
Inataku kacha at their level.
That is how they discuss on their level.
Inata murnantol kanna.
That is how they came back to us.
Then I agreed in terms.
Then this is how we get the agreements.
So the agreement is that after you, the vendors pre-finance this contract,
Ako sang albenta kanto walem ko atol ning ali kodo dundi ning contract woto kono.
or let me even ask, how will KMC now recover how will KMC recover their money? Or what is the arrangement with respect to this pre-finance?
Ako sang alla nyin depanso ali menke al ning kem sin ko albenta kanto nyaadile.
Puribe la kodo sotla nyame.
How they are going to get their monies?
Yes.
Ako ha.
Vendors will many along ko yela dundi je pour ka doku.
The vendors, those who contributed for the work to happen.
Ya chenyina kama ko ning atra ko doku nyim banta ite duntele bitiko kono.
This is the intention they have when they paid and the work is finished until they get into their accountings.
Eka fenna jo council ya me along ko kario kare nyanta ka chele joti la canteen joti.
You are to pay to council every month. That will be your rent fees.
Wala mila luas jo nyente ben ni ko rent wala mila luas jo nyente.
That is the rent fees.
Inyanta ka 1,250 la jo kario kare.
They should be paying 1,250 every month.
Bare nina taka chanyi na ko ning atra ko ya doku ya bang.
But the agreement was that whenever it was installed up to completion,
sai ben na kodo sot la nyaadele ya jako to sai kario kare gandal be wili kilin cheme fula tallu lo jola albe cheme fula tallu la jola.
how are we going to recover our monies? So this is how we discuss, and now we finalize that every month instead of paid 1,250, we paid 250.
Wo $1,000 balance o nyik.
That $1,000 is left, the balance.
Wo be murle tele kan pour ila kodo me ya duni je fo janda ba pana betala maybe 4 years.
That will be given to you for the monies that you contributed, although it might take you about 4 years to go. That is how you're gonna get your money back.
Now, for 4 years, that would be less than the amount spent. For 4 years, it will be about $48,000.
Akoni ajuwe sanjinani wabekela wili tanani aninse. Ako wote konto nying sila.
That will still be less. But I
want it to be clear. You say that will be less than what?
It will be less than the amount that they spent.
Ako wote adia haima wo kodo ni kajo fokari sanjina ya fonyame. Ako hani wode akodo ni haima.
But I'm now concerned about the other 10 that KMC built.
Ako sanjina Kelefong welo mento wale mu wo kantin tangolu mi yalo ko KMC ngole ya depansuru ya low.
Do you have vendors who occupy this then?
Ako kantin tangolu bembije ako fo julol duta kono leba mol bije mi ko idunte kono. Wo kantin tangolu mol bije.
Mol duta jela.
Yes, there is.
Now, what was the arrangement?
Ako sanyi wol ni benta kanto nyadile.
Inu vendors so.
Actually, well, actually, I have no idea.
Why is that?
Because because I cannot tell exactly how they allocated their.
But I understand.
All I understand or all I know is that anybody who does not contribute for the cantings, to make so that you can install your own canteen by yourself. If at all it is done by council,
every month 1,250.
The monies that you're supposed to pay to council, that is 1,250, you are to pay that monies.
Because council
nothing will be returned to you because the expenditures was from council and they implemented.
Right, thank you. Thank you very much. Chair, any questions?
Yes. Mr. Camara, how did the vendors pay this pre-financing?
Ako sign ni karo menti wala ko atolu afrilal wala vendor sol membi je atole ni alka jo nyaadi le wala le ni kodo jo nyaadi le.
Yalo mo la soto bulo man kile.
You know, people the way they earn is very different.
Do kanale na e men soto
Some people they do come whatever they have in their hands.
e ko wala samba ka jo fo jande la kantum e be kodo nyin sindi la.
That is how they normally pay until they liquidate the whole amount.
Do be je na be soto no a be jo.
Some of them they just cut the monies at the time and they pay it at once.
But nga be fere to joten ne fo alhamdulillah jama be la kantingol kono ndo be la kantingol la kodo soto kanne month every month.
That is how we pay these monies until some of them are back and they are allocated back to their accountings.
Now, did these vendors pay through you to pay to Mr. Njai, or they pay direct to Mr. Njai?
Ako say ni molu ni be kodo jola foi ka dung ite fama be siri tang ite bulu bak foi ka sambale adi Mr. Njai.
No manager akata manager la ya through manager ya.
No, it passed through the manager.
Aita contractor ya.
Then to the contractor.
So people don't pay to you as chairman?
Ako say bay ite lem siran teori molu ka kodo sam na ka jo ite ya.
No.
So the 14 canteens that are yet to be completed, when are these to be completed?
Ako sang ifang ya foja ne ko kantin tan ne nani bije mi ana ko wol mom pare folo. Ako wati jumale ya mera wol be pare la.
Inshallah ni ala chidita la do ko ba kande ngamira wo fam amang watita sambi.
Inshallah, I think the work is in process and I think it is not going to take long.
Is this financed by the vendors or is it financed by council?
Ako kanting on dung depends so vendors ole depends on for council le depends.
Vendors ole beje ole be
vendors expended.
So why did it take the vendors so long when these other ones were finished?
Ako mune o sabu wo meta and wo dolu bantale jinu mambangan san.
No yalo do ko kata phases le.
The work take it goes through phases.
Ning nyindo aleo do ko alia bang.
When another one phase is completed,
many bejang.
Those who are on the other side,
aleo fanama.
Then you start those side too.
Abeman chenyola.
It's not together. They don't work it at once.
Council.
That's all for this meeting.
Mr. Camara, thank you for coming. We need you to clarify any issue.
Call you
to come and
thank you very much.
Inshallah. Thank you.
Council, do you call in the next witness? Is Mr. Modunjai coming back?
Have Lamin K. JAMMEH first as the last witness before we recall you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Can you place your envelope on top of the table? You can place your envelope on top of the table, stand here and then face that. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Councils and Related Matters. Can you speak into the mic?
Yes, thank you.
What is your religion? In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
English.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
Affirmation.
Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation. Use your right hand, raise it into the air, you face that way, and repeat after me. I, Lamin K.
JAMMEH,
do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to for us to proceed.
Mr. Mbalo. Good afternoon, Mr. JAMMEH.
Yes, good afternoon, Madam Chair.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Council, can we proceed?
Yes, Mr. JAMMEH, can you kindly state your name?
I am Lamin K. JAMMEH,
What is your address, sir?
Bakote Ward Councillor.
And your educational background?
I attended Ilyasa Primary School, from there to Farfany Secondary School, then to Muslim High School. After my O-level, I briefly went to GTTI, and from there I went to MDI for my postgraduate diploma.
In what course?
In public administration.
When was this?
This was in 2019, 2020, 2021.
You had given a statement and an additional statement, is that correct?
So yes, it's correct.
Now, Mr. JAMMEH.
Yes.
We will show you JAMMEH, correct?
Yes, I am JAMMEH.
Yes, we will show you your statements later.
Okay.
But just to discuss this issue regarding the main business of the day,
Okay.
which is the construction of the canteens at the market, market. Do you recall this?
Yes, so.
Had you played any role in this contract?
Yes, I am the markets committee here.
Yeah, so please explain to us how you can go about discussing the need to have the canteens constructed and the process of awarding the contract and the amount involved.
Thank you. Initially, we intend to develop that area through BOT concept, that's build, operate, and transfer with one company, Finish Profile. And it has gone to a stage where council even signed a contract with this particular company. And the contract period was 2 years, and the 2 years elapsed, nothing was done. So the vendors at the market approached the council that if they can be given the opportunity so that the space there will be demarcated among them and they build it on their own. Hence, they've long since been waiting the council to develop that area. So when this came to our attention, we said it's not a bad idea But how do we go about it? Because we want those structures to be in a uniform manner, so that different materials of different shapes and sizes will not be used. So we said, no matter what, even if we are going by that, the design has to be, there to guide what kind of material we want to see there. So this was presented to the General Council. I present it, and we've discussed over it, and we've agreed that yes, we give it to the vendors on self-finance. And we've assigned the planning to develop a plan for this particular area and communicate back to the vendors. Hence, they're going to do it on their own. So the other time, it was projected at the General Council how the market is supposed to look like when built. So after that, we relay this information through the markets manager, because all the information from the council to the markets goes through the markets manager. So the market manager informed them that yes, the design is done and this is the cost. So they've agreed. The cost was $40,810 per canteen. So and they've agreed that they're going to fund it. So, but coming to the construction on awarding of the contract, that is an internal arrangement between the vendors, the management of the council, and the contractor. This has never come to the General Council, and this has, nothing to do with our committee. We've told them this is what we want to see, and this is how it should look like when done. Whatever other arrangement done there is internal between the vendors and the management.
Okay, since you have touched on that, let's just discuss it quickly. So the contract was awarded to one contractor, Sabaji.
Yes.
Scope Enterprise.
Yes, I came to know that later.
When?
Before the inauguration of the site, I went on site visit, and I understand. So when this, design was sent to the contractors, I heard that the vendors has informed the council, that's the planning department, to identify a contractor who can do it for them. But that's out of our consent.
But just to clear something, the vendors pre-financed. They pre-financed the agreement, the construction of the sheds or the canteens, correct?
Yes.
And then council recovered.
Council is recovering, yes.
Recovered, or is recovering these monies through the monthly payments that they were supposed to make every month. This for the canteens, the amount would have been $1,250.
Yes.
For every month, and the agreement was that $1,000 was to be
deducted.
Yes. Do you have this information at the time?
Very well, yes.
Good. So which means the canteens were being constructed by the council itself.
By the
council, they financed this.
Whether council finance it?
Yes.
No.
No, I'm not sure whether you understand what I'm saying. Wherever you see a pre-finance, it means you are going to pay
later. Yes. But council will take full ownership of the canteens after 4 years when the deductions are over.
Yes.
Then that's the time the vendors will pay the full rent to the council.
So in effect.
So when that happens, that is why the canteens are not transferable.
Yes.
You pre-finance. The contractor build it. You occupy it. At the end of the 4 years, it's owned by the council.
So in effect, no, not after 4 years. The moment you occupy, monies are, it's like a rent. Monies are being deducted. If you have to pay $1,250, the $1,000 goes to.
Anyway, that was not our concept. Our concept was when they finally pay everything, then everything goes back to council, and council will charge the full rent.
The full rent.
Yes.
No, but my point is, per canteen is how much?
$48,010.
Yes, $48,010. Is that not the case?
Yes.
And the vendors would have to pay, each of them will have to pay this in full.
Yes.
Is that not the case?
Very well.
And they were supposed to pay $1,250 every month. So now instead of paying $1,250, they will be paying $250.
Yes.
Dollars.
For management costs.
Yes. And the $1,000
will be paid to the council or will be deducted from their advance payment.
Exactly.
Yes.
So which means it is still the money of council that was used to build this.
No, it's the money of the vendors.
Okay, fine. You will understand that. So let me just proceed. I think it's supposed to be very, very simple. Wherever you have pre-finance, that is supposed to be the idea. That you put your money first and we will reimburse you. However it is done, that is why you have pre-finance. Do you understand that? But let's just leave that issue. The issue now is one contractor was identified. There was no open tender. It was not subjected to any form of fair competition. And then that in itself, how would you guarantee whether the amount that you have been charged by the contractor is actually the market price?
Anyway, for awarding the contractor, this particular contractor is not within our, knowledge at that time, and it's not the responsibility of my committee. I'm not a contract committee member. And secondly, this is an arrangement between the vendors at the market and the contractor and the planning department. So it has not come through our committee to identify this particular contractor. It has not come through the general council to identify this particular contractor.
Do you think it was proper to not subject this to any form of tender?
Yes, because it's private. Yes, they are private money.
Is their private money?
Yes, individual vendors, their money.
So are they the owners of this country?
Yes, at the time of construction, yes.
It is theirs.
Yes.
And they still have to be deducted $1,000.
Yes. When they pay it back, they don't own it anymore.
When they pay it back, they don't own it anymore.
No.
But as long as they are paying it,
they own it.
Why would you pay for something that you own? Why would you pay for something that you own?
They paid upfront, and is deduction going on? When deduction is complete, they will not own it.
Why would you be deducted for something that is yours?
Because you pay upfront, and in the agreement, I believe, is after 4 years, after all your deduction is council's property. Yes, and deduction is yet to be complete, so it's yet to be council property.
That's my point. Why will you be deducted for something that is supposed to be yours?
Supposed to be yours, but not yet yours.
It's not yours?
Not yet yours.
Not yet yours.
It's yet to be council's property because yes, after 4 years, it is council property.
So you think there was no need to subject this to any form of tender?
Yes, if I am personally to take decision, yes.
Okay. So since you are not in the contracts committee, maybe we'll also ignore that part as well.
Thank you.
Now, how many canteens were constructed?
Council, I believe it's important to make Mr. JAMMEH understand that the vendors are not owners at any point in time. This canteen
are not
owners of this canteen at any point in time. They only have an equitable interest in the canteen, not a right, not a legal right. The legal right vests with Kanifing Municipal Council. They own the land. They own the land.
Yes.
Legally.
Yes.
So the vendor doesn't own anything. He only have a right to occupy. To occupy it.
Yes.
So it's not a right that they have.
Yes, because
they were just given a right to occupy it for a period of time. And the reason why council is telling you that council paid for this is because monies were disbursed. This collection that was being done by Modu Njai was done in piecemeal and was being paid in cash to Modu Njai from the vendors. What was disbursed for the purpose of building this? So that
Madam Kia, I was
finished. We are trying to explain to you what we see on record. You understand? You have clearly said that this did not pass through your committee. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes. So now we are telling you what we saw on record.
Okay.
The issue is that council is trying to put to you that council, Cardiff Municipal Council built this, you understand, and is recouping now its money through the vendors, paying through the manager, the market manager, their, you understand, their installmental payment for the purpose of the building, for the purpose of the building of the structure.
Madam Chair, two things. I was not aware that the vendors are paying to Mondia. That is an internal arrangement.
We are telling you because
Yes, excuse me.
yes, no, listen. Morinja just finished testifying.
Yes.
He said they pay to him
Yes.
cash,
Mhm.
and he pays the cash to the contractor
Yes.
to do the work.
Mhm.
That is what has been happening. Right?
Yes.
Yes. For your information, that is what has been happening.
Thank you.
But what the council is telling you are two different things. From what is happening and what has happened are two different things. All right? You may not understand entirely what has transpired.
What I
Because
understand.
3 million was expended in some expenditure, right? And then these canteens, they cost 4 million. Let me give you the total cost. The cost for the 86 canteens is 4,128,860,000.
Okay.
For the setting, for the building of the 86.
86 years.
Right? And we had a different evidence from the contractor himself.
Okay.
And we had another evidence from Mr. Camara that just left, who is the chairman of the committee. So it is, we just want to be clear as to how much in total and at what time did KMC pay the entire amount for the contractor to construct this market, these kiosks?
Anyway, what I know is KMC only construct 10 canteens. At our meeting.
At what cost? Sorry, do you know how much was expended for this?
Yes, it's supposed to be the same $48,010, according to what we've agreed at that meeting.
So that is
so because the cost for that design is $48,010 per canteen. So that so when we said KMC to construct 10, so meaning the same amount, $48,010. So just like what the vendors are paying.
So which means KMC expended
$480,100.
$100.
Yes.
For the construction of the 4.
That's supposed to be.
Council, you may proceed.
Yes, Chair. For us, the lawyers, I wasn't going to worry much about with the witness. It's important to clarify that the witness, if it's either is not in the position to understand or doesn't want to understand, because I think the finance director will be in a better position to understand pre-financing. Because if you say pre-financing, it presupposes that, or it's very clear that you are only going to make the advance payment, but you'll be refunded that money. Now, if the one vendor is paying $48,010, and instead of paying every month $1,250, you're now paying $250 for 4 years. it means the $1,000
is deducted.
Yes.
Hmm.
And so the money is that you had paid for initially was the pre-financing, which council got back. So it's just as simple as that. So instead of paying $1,250, you're now paying $250. So the $1,000 will have to be there for 4 years.
Yes.
Exactly. So basically, it's council's money is what, if the witness also have the capacity to understand that, we can take that up with the finance director, who wouldn't deny that, apparently.
Okay.
So that's the issue.
The issue is there is double standard in this contract, because there is pre-financing, and yet still the market manager received cash even though pre-financing had been made. So there should be a reconciliation to see at what point in time did the market manager receive the entire 4.2 million. You understand?
No,
to do the pre-financing,
yes.
Or was it KMC that provided the 4.2 to build the structures, and they are now deducting, giving them the duration of 4 years?
No, we appreciate the chairman's position. We share the same position. I'm just saying that the witness does not want to understand, and because he doesn't want to understand, and the finance director will have to understand. We share the same opinion, Madam Chairperson. The witness doesn't just want to understand.
Anyway, what I know is the arrangement between the markets manager and the contractor and the vendors is not to our knowledge.
No, what I am saying is
whether they're paying to Monjai, I came to know that during this commission.
JAMMEH,
yeah.
Let's just proceed. Please, madam. Chair, can we proceed?
Yes. You can.
Thank you. Now, JAMMEH, the Murujai testified before you.
Yes.
And explained that he was collecting these monies from the vendors because he was instructed to do so by the committee.
By the
committee?
No, he will say council, but not committee.
He will say council,
yeah,
but not committee.
No.
So did council instruct him to
the management, the administration, maybe that arrangement may come from the administration, but at the council level, at the committee level, all what is discussed there was to allocate this to vendors, and this the amount, and this the design.
Now you are a member of the committee and the chairman, correct?
I am the chairman of the markets committee, yes.
And you also a member of council?
Yes, I am.
So now you can talk from both sides.
Yes.
Was he instructed by any authority to collect money?
Not from my committee, not from the council.
That's clear. That's very clear. The other issue is that, is there any proper audit with respect to how much Mr. Njai collected from these vendors and how much is paid to the contractor and the mode of payment? No.
Council, I said I was not even aware that Njai was collecting money on behalf of the contractor from the vendors. So I would not know whether audit is taken care of or not.
Or not.
Please.
Do you know whether these monies are being recovered?
Are being
recovered.
Anyway, what I know is the structure is built, and we went there, we've seen, and we are satisfied, and we hand them over.
What is the number?
The total that was handed over was 96 then.
96.
Yes.
We know there are outstanding ones. There are ones that are not complete. There are others that are not complete. Do you know about that?
Yes, the entire design was 110.
110.
But it was done in sequence. So when the total empty space was done,
yes,
there are this space in front of the butchers, yes, and there are a few canteens there. So they said the market management said they're going to look for space for those people, move them, and build it in the same model so that it will accommodate more people. Yes. So and that came very late, I believe.
So these 14 outstanding canteens, what is the is it complete or not complete still?
To my notice, this came just last September.
September.
Yes, and we have not been informed that they are done.
Now, what is the role of the market committee?
To look into the internal operation of the market, that is the sanitation, the structural part, the security side, the waste, both liquid and solid waste. And also at times we do checklists on the revenue.
At times. Why at times?
Yeah, because there are people, there is a unit and department responsible for the revenue. But when we feel there's a need,
And what is this department?
the finance department.
No, the finance department is not a committee. The finance department is just one department in relation to all finances of country. But these committees, they all have their own.
Committees only act on necessities.
Let me finish. Maybe when I'm done, you can teach me about that.
All right.
But these committees have their own peculiar mandate.
They are not?
They have their peculiar mandate.
Yes.
They have their specific mandate. So the market committee, if it is not your mandate to look into the finances of the market, then you can look into the finance of the market. But if it is it is part of your responsibility, then you have to. Now, you say you look at these finances at times. Now I'm telling you, what do you look at when it comes to the finances of the market?
At times, there was a time, Serekunda, when we went round, we realized that there are so many shops that were charged at a very low amount.
Yes.
And when we ask the vendors who are occupying the shops, they will tell you that they're paying a very high amount to an individual who subletted to them. So we take it up and take it to the General Council as a matter of concern, because that assessment, about 400 and something canteens, only 15 are occupied by their original allottees.
That's in Serekunda?
Serekunda, yes. So we take it to General Council and I request for general revocation of every allocation at Serekunda market. Then this was approved. Notice was served to the occupants and the original owners. So we then allocate it to the current vendors who are occupying it and doing business, and we increase the amount by few percent. Those who were paying 500 pay 750, those who are paying 750 pay $1,000, and so on. And this make impact because those people, they take canteens. Some are in America, some UK, some Europe, some are ministries, some former councillors, former mayors, former directors, and so on. They're sitting at home, rent it out at 60,000 per annum, where council give it out at $600 per annum or per month. So we feel it's not fair. So we increase it a bit, and those who are paying are also saved from that high expenses, and council also income generate increase.
Absolutely, and this you will find in most markets as well, not only Serekunda.
Yes, we revoked Latrikunda also.
Yes.
The same thing. When we realized Serekunda, from Serekunda we went to Latrikunda, and we do it across the board.
Yes. But who is responsible for this? You have a market manager, you have market masters, and you have that structure. Would you believe when a market master tells you that they do not know that that's happening?
Anyway, we get the brief from the max management that this is what is happening in the market. So what?
Management.
Yes.
It's vague. That's probably a vague statement. My point is, you can't have what you are saying. It cannot happen without the knowledge of the market manager. That's not possible, right?
This is what I mean. When I say market management, who is on top? The market manager.
Yes.
Yes.
And so, if it is going on for a very long period of time, it must have been done with the knowledge and blessing of the market manager.
Anyway, we came in 2018. I become a markets committee here in 2019, and 2019, the same year, with this, exercise hit, and 2020, January 1st, it's operational.
Very well. Now, do you have a record or data in relation to how many shops you have in these markets, how many canteens you have, how many temporary cases you have in these markets? Is there
in each of the markets?
Yes. Is there a very up-to-date information or data about this?
Anyway, unless I liaise back with the admin and finance, because this is what we've been yearning for quite a long time, that in order to be in control of the revenue of the markets, we need to have proper data. And this was very difficult to get. We've one time started to number all the contents in the markets. We've done Serekunda, we've done Latrikunda, and I think Bakau. So Jilfitikunda was a few contents, less than 10 or so. It's not that much. So we are on 8, but I don't think I have the full record of every canteen and shops in the markets of KM.
So the answer is no.
The answer is no. It's not available as of now.
What?
Let me ask. Mr. Jammeh, don't you think, as your committee, and having realized that the council was losing so much money, when some other people are benefiting, when the council was supposed to have benefited, and you took an action, didn't you think it was prudent on your side to make sure that you have record of all the permanent shops and all the kiosks, so that you as the chair, when they say the income of Serekunda market, on the top of your head, you will be able to know this is what Serekunda market is generating. And this is what council need to give us to make sure that Serekunda market is functional, is hygienic, and is user-friendly.
Thank you, Madam Chair. That is very true. To be honest, we are on it. It's gradual because, you know, whatever you start, you must have obstacles along the line. With this particular registration and numbering of canteens, permanent structures, we've done Serekunda. I've said it, we've done Latrikunda.
Can you provide us with the information of the ones that you are doing?
And the new allocation.
So, note, write it down, note it. The ones you have finished doing, provide us with the information.
Yes.
Yes, the reason why I said you provide this information is important for you, because from this information, you are able to make sure that the people that are defaulting in paying continuously, you can replace them with indigents born and bred in KMC.
Yeah.
You can replace them with those people to be in the market, to create jobs for those people
So
that are ready to do work and earn a living.
it's very important. I really
Is
appreciate
that correct?
it. Very correct.
Continue. You can proceed.
The market committee have access to these internal audit reports by the internal audit department?
By the?
Internal audit department.
No.
You've never had access to. Have you asked for one as the market committee chair?
No, because I've never received any query of such directly to the committee.
No, but you don't have to receive a query. You can request after every year or thereabout. You can request for.
We've never requested for it.
Is there any?
We are never given.
Is there any reason? Because every department has own role. The internal audit is there too.
At the time, we don't know that is within our cadre of responsibilities to ask for audit report and assess it.
Okay. Now, let me just tell you what some of the findings with respect to the internal audit team for the quarterly reports, 1st January to 31st March 2021. For instance, you have on page 4, it says the audit has collected the invoice register from the license manager to verify. That's before, just give me a minute. On page 7, it says summary of audit findings. The daily ticket markets, it says Total packets of tickets, ticket books collected is 330. The total amount of tickets valued is 3,300,000. The total packets of tickets books sold 292. You have a total amount of tickets sold 2,920,000. There's an outstanding balance of 38 packet of tickets, which amount is $380,000 the value. So do you know whether this was at any point recovered?
Anyway,
Now,
I
tickets-
only heard about it during this commission sitting.
Yes.
When some of the markets and council staffs were called here through their testimony, I heard about this.
Yes.
And secondly, I think this should be through the responsibility of the accounts committee, not the markets committee.
No. See, Mr. How to call again? Is it Mr. JAMMEH? Then everyone should pack their books or your belongings and leave. And then we only have the accounts committee to do the job for the area council.
No.
Of course.
Of course, markets have their responsibilities.
No, if
Accounts committee is responsible of these books and the money coming in and the money going to the account and the money going out of the accounts. It's their responsibility.
Everyone has a responsibility.
If they knew about it.
You're not supposed to talk over me.
Okay.
That's why whenever you start talking, I have to keep quiet. Don't do that. Now, when we have these various committees and these departments, it's because your functions, they overlap. Is that not the case?
To my understanding, no.
Okay, let me rephrase that. What I mean by your functions overlap is because, for instance, the accounts department, they are primarily in charge of accounts.
Yes.
But you have the accounts committee as well. So if you have the markets committee, you are responsible for the daily management of the market.
Sure.
Of course, there is a manager, there is a market manager, you have the market masters and all that. But the market committee should know what is happening in the market on a daily basis. Is that not the case?
Yes.
So for instance, if you have 100 canteens that are not paying the money that they are supposed to pay every month, it should be your concern.
Yes, we when such things came to our notice, we normally contact the compliance department to go into the markets and do that head check shop by shop to see when they last paid and make sure all those in areas paid.
Yes.
So, but for the books, whether the number of books collected, the number of books disposed, and the balance, that is not to our notice, to be honest.
Now, are you surprised to have to know that there were 38 ticket books that were not accounted for, and the amount is $380,000, for instance?
To be honest, it's news to me during this commission.
You also have, for instance, same page 7 says the total number of permanent canteens in all markets is 828. Is that number verified? In all markets?
All markets.
Would it be more than this?
Anyway, unless I verify.
You don't have the data?
No.
The total amount of...
Please note that you are going to verify and report back to us.
Total number of permanent canteens.
Yes.
Thank you. And please add the temporal kiosks that are built in all the markets.
Yes.
Yes. And so if the amount of permanent canteens you have is 828, the value would be $808,350.
How?
For every ticket book.
Okay.
And so it says the total number of temporal canteens in all markets is 1,700. I've already been asked to verify this. Now, total amount of temporal canteens, permanent canteens 828, temporal canteens 1,700.
Okay. Okay.
It says the total number of canteens in arrears
Mm-hmm.
for all market is 1,071.
In area. This was when?
For the first quarter, 1st January to 31st March 2021. And so the area, the amount entirely is 1,785,300. Is the internal audit report.
1,300,000.
1,785,300. Now, the first question is, why would there be an area for these canteens, both the permanent and the temporary? Why would you have been areas for 3 months, for instance? Is there any reason?
Anyway, that I cannot attest because when I came in as the committee here, I found out that there are areas and we strategized through the compliance department and also the municipal police to reinforce to make sure these areas are collected. And this was done 2019. So if there is another area of 1 million plus in the markets in 2021, these are news to me.
Now, were they enforced? Do you know? Was there any enforcement of the collection of areas?
For this 2021, almost every year compliance department is in the markets, in all the markets.
Do we even know that these are areas in the first place?
No, I said these are news to me. I don't do it.
So the Serakunda market, for instance, where you have the market masters, the Musafal,
Okay.
says the total number of ticket books collected for the period is 149 packets of ticket. The value is 1,490,000. The total amount sold is 125 packets. The outstanding balance is 24 packets. The value is $240,000. Do we know?
No, if this has happened, I think the line directories, the finance department should have bring this to the attention of the committee to look into it. But when there's an audit query or audit report, and the concerned individual or committees are not contacted, I don't think there's any way. There's any way we can act on.
True, but request. That's a fact.
I would only request if I knew that it's happening.
I agree. I said I agree with what you are saying.
But we can adjust from now henceforth. Every quarter we can request from them.
Yes, you request.
Promise.
You request and ask whether there are audit queries from the internal audit department. Do you know anyone in that department?
Yes, the only person I know there was Basiru Njai, and currently the audit director, Mr. Koli.
Currently?
Yes.
Do you know why it is important to not even sure whether these are arrears or they are not monies that have been paid but then not declared? Because if you look at the internal audit report for the period 2020, it says that some markets were supplied with tickets more than they need. For instance, on page 3, it says operations of the market during the first quarter 2020 indicates that the average daily ticket consumption value stands at 35,000 maximum. This means that Serakunda market must not be supplied with weekly stock of ticket books that exceeds $245,000. Otherwise, the market collectors will be unnecessarily in custody of excessive amount of tickets at their disposal. Do you see that? As of 30th April 2020, the Serakunda market holds unaccounted excess amount of tickets worth $354,060, which poses a high risk of suppression of revenue. Do you see this?
Council, are you talking about the daily fees receipt or the GTR book for, because
everything, the money, the tickets, the GTR?
There are two kinds of receipts issued in the market.
Okay, tell us please.
Those who are on rent.
Those who are?
On rent, canteens,
yes,
shops, and so on.
Yes.
Pay monthly they are issued with receipts.
Yes.
And the daily fee, that is the $10 ticket every day.
Yes.
So these are the two kind of books that are issued in the market.
Yes.
So, and if it is the the daily fees books,
yes,
normally the market collectors or the market master or whosoever goes direct to the accounts department, collect these books, and these books are valued in dollars.
Yes.
So when you sell out everything, you should
Yes.
surrender the same amount of money before you receive another book.
Yes.
So if there is a surplus of books, why are issuing them more books again?
I agree. There is a concern of the auditor. The idea that these daily ticket books, they are supplying these market managers or masters more than they need.
But to tell you, it's news to me. During this commission, I came across all these things.
But it's serious, huh?
Yes.
Very, very serious.
It shouldn't be.
Yes, but you agree it's very serious?
Council,
You don't want to use the word very serious.
it's serious.
But it's not very serious.
It's serious.
But it's not very serious?
It's serious.
Why do you not want to use the word very serious?
Serious is enough.
It's enough.
Yes.
But it has a degree, Mr.
The degree is very high.
Jammeh, exactly.
The degree is very high. Serious, when you use word serious, the degree is high.
Very high. Let me go on, and you will see the other findings as well. It says on the same page, page 3, inspection of the Latrikuna market during the first quarter 2020 indicates that the average daily ticket consumption is $17,000 is maximum. Now, which means that the Latrikuna market, the market must not be supplied with stock of ticket books that exceed 119,000. Now, as of 30th April 2020, Latrikuna market holds unaccounted excess amount of the tickets worth $398,064.90, which again, in the opinion of the internal auditor, poses a high risk of suppression of revenue. This means when sales level rises suddenly, the temptation to manipulate and curtail the amount to be submitted for banking can also arise without the knowledge of the council authorities. Do you see that? Marsingalau, for instance, they were supplied more than they need. They only need $10,000 is maximum, $10,800 is. They were supplied with a value of $116,135.
Marcelo?
Yes, Ibo Town Market for the daily tickets. Ibo Town Market.
Council, please repeat that, because you said they need 10,000 daily,
yes,
and they are supplied with?
Let me read for you word for word.
Yes.
Says, A, from the review of their operations, the market records during the first quarter 2020, it indicates that the average daily tickets consumption value stands at 10,000 maximum. These are the words of the auditor.
Yeah.
This means that the secondary market must not be supplied with weekly stock of ticket books that exceeds 75,600. Now, as of 30th April 2020, the Marsingalau market holds an unaccounted excess amount of tickets worth $116,135. Again, which poses a high risk of suppression of funds or revenue.
That's Marsingalau.
Yes. So for all these markets, Ibo Town need 5,100 for daily fees. They were supplied with 35,700. And sorry, they were supplied 94,920. You see how serious this is?
Yes.
Market, it says 3,600 for daily fees. They were supplied $55,675 value of tickets. It can be sold and it's not accounted for. So people will have the chance to make money for free. In fact, they are not doubling the amount they should have. This is outrageous. Do you see why I'm saying it's not just sufficient to say it's high, it's a high level of exposing these public funds to fraud.
Council, this is important to know.
Yes.
To be honest, all these are news to me.
Yes.
And I know my committee members may also be listening.
Yes.
So, we have never been privy to such informations.
Yes.
And if the account committee was functioning well,
Yes.
they should have detected some of these things and brought to the attention of the General Council.
I agree. Now, Abuko market as well. Operation records indicate they need 3,600. They were supplied 5,675. Bakau market. The Bakau market's record during the first quarter 2020 indicates that the average daily ticket consumption value stands at 2,600. It says this means that the amount would be 18,200. As of 30th April 2020, the Bakau market holds an unaccounted excess amount of ticket worth $54,920. The list goes on. Tallying market. They need $9,000 maximum. As of for them, they have a ticket supply shortfall worth 4,470. Old Joshua market, 2,900. This was what they need maximum. The tickets that they have is 2,760 unaccounted. So you see, it's a very, very, very serious issue, Mr. Is it JAMMEH?
Yes.
Correct. So
yes, JAMMEH.
Yes. Yes.
If all this is happening and the audit has flagged it to the management,
yes,
what was the management response? Because it has never this has never been brought to our attention.
So we know that management was not taking KMCs, it was not taking the audit serious. In fact, that is the evidence we have until we have something contrary to that. The internal audit department did testify here, and they explained how they were subjected to various treatments in relation to trying to make them irrelevant. But let me just see management response, if there's any. Management said that on the part of the cash books, after further clarification, the market manager accepted that canteen cash books were maintained, but the daily fees cash book records were not properly maintained. You understand? And then we go to page 8. We have a response from the management which says market ticket records for daily fees was shifted from manual to Phoenix accounting software without proper consultation of the stakeholders involved, such as accounting staff and internal audit. The accounting staff experienced difficulties about it and reported it to the then acting director of finance, who was not able to address it. As a result of the lack of understanding of the new system, both the accounting staff and internal auditor could not do their duties as expected. They are not denying this. They are just saying that there may be a change in structure which may have caused this. Do you understand?
Council, these are administratives. So though there are lapses, but if it is not to our notice, we cannot regulate them or correct them.
No, you had said that. You had said that, Mr. JAMMEH, and I had agreed with you. Where I just disagree with you is that at least for going forward, if you head a committee that involves a certain function, don't wait for people to bring you information.
Agreed.
You may request. I didn't say you are the one who caused all this fraud. I'm just saying that our oversight committees should be more proactive, because the level of exposure to fraud is so high that you yourself, you are very shocked and surprised. Is that not the case?
Sure.
And can we have your response for the record? I heard you say sure, correct?
What was the question?
I think everything is being transcribed. So I think I heard you say sure when I said that you were surprised.
Yes, I was surprised.
With respect to the level of findings.
I said so.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Is that the other issue let's say, I believe your statement.
Mhm.
Let me ask that you be given your statement. We didn't have it earlier, so we could not show you your statement. Please go through it, both the statement and the additional statement.
Yes, these are my statements.
Thank you. We apply to turn the statement to the witness and the additional statement into evidence as an exhibit.
The statement of the witness dated the 13th of September 2024 and the additional witness statement dated the 31st of October 2024 are both admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/LKJ/KMC/001. I believe it's time. It's a convenient point to stop.
Thank you.
We will proceed tomorrow.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Honorable Chairperson, may you inform the witness to come back tomorrow?
Yes. Mr. Jammeh,
Yes.
thank you so much for coming. So we'll see you tomorrow to finish up your evidence.
That's
All right?
fine.
Tomorrow. We may rise.